Well, if there is a team that really wants the trophy, it's none other than Arsenal. Arsenal is having close to 13 players that went ahead to join their respective national teams. And the list is David Raya, Aaron Ramsdale, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes pulled out, Zinchenko is there, Jakub Kiwior is playing for Poland, Jorginho is playing for Italy, Bukayo Saka, England. Then there is Leandro Trossard for Belgium, Martin Odegaard, he went in to represent the side of Norway, you understand, and others. But there is a very, very huge ongoing activity down at the London Colney, known as the Sobha Reality Training Center. With Brazil doing its training that side, Arsenal is also doing training that side. And guys, I've gotten to know how serious Arsenal is on the trophy. The remaining players were kept at the field or by the training ground by Mikel Arteta, and they have to keep fit to see if they obviously prepare for the game of Man City in what I call a title decider. Because if Arsenal beat Man City, they'll go to 67 points, and Man City will stay at 63 points. You understand? Man City will stay at 63 points. So, staying at 63 points, that means Arsenal will be 4 points ahead of Man City. And trust me, Man City is really having a hell of games that I really want to show you here after playing against Arsenal. They are coming in thick and fast. That's why I think Arteta is really trying to see to it that he puts in a lot of shifts. Man City are going to play, after playing Arsenal, Man City will have to play Aston Villa, at home. And after that, there is Crystal Palace, there is Luton Town, those are easy ones. There is Tottenham Hotspur, right? But the game was going to have to be postponed, I think, because of the FA Cup semi-finals, meaning that Man City is going to be like Arsenal, by the way. Last season, Man City had a lot of games in hand. Arsenal had lots of games in hand and Man City, and most of those games in hand went ahead to choke Arsenal, and Arsenal never found themselves doing the needful. So, it really looks all set for Arsenal to win this because they are really charged for the side of the trophy. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Good evening. Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name as I bring you Gabriel Jesus and Jurrien Timber training hard for the City encounter. Remember, these two players haven't had enough minutes. For Jesus, ever since he returned, he has never gone ahead to get himself a start in any game. He has been coming off the bench and he's trying his level best. For Jurrien Timber, he last kicked a ball for Arsenal when Arsenal was playing into the opening game of the Premier League, where Arsenal went ahead to beat Nottingham Forest by 2-1. And that has gone ahead to show up in all the games Arsenal have gone ahead to play that they missed a player like Jurrien Timber. And Jakub Kiwior has gone ahead to act well after Jurrien Timber, Tomiyasu, and Zinchenko all got injured. He has come in through and represented to the fullest. Let's see close to 300 likes. Smash on this video. Don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit the milestone of 20,100 subscribers. That is what we are really aiming at here onto the Rokani Media Football. Rokan David is my name. You can as well call me Aradi, and let's obviously continue doing the needful. Now, let's go to Emirates. Let's go to the Sobha training ground and see what really happened there. Benjamin White, he rejected a call for England. The manager of England tried to really contact him, and he said, I don't want to play for the England national team anymore. According to what happened at the World Cup, you throw me under the bus. I bombed out of the out of the camp, and now I want to go out. He's really a player in form. Remember that 2 assists he put up when Arsenal was playing against Brentford, they are really very important. And to make him a very important player and give him the flowers he deserves, this man went ahead to play in very many games when he was really having any injury that is really disturbing him. So it looks like he wants to finish the season. After finishing the season, he doesn't want to go to the Euros. Then what he'll do is simple. He'll find himself going in for surgery to see that injury is really operated for full healing. That is Benjamin White for you. Behind him is El Nini. I think Elneny also never went ahead to play for the Egyptian national team. The players are really focused for their club. Gabriel Jesus in action, all smiling because we know that he's one of those players that has always wanted to do the needful for the side of Arsenal, right? And he's one of those players that was not included into the squad of Brazil because he was just returning from injury and he has stayed around to really keep pushing and really putting in the shift that is really well required to see to it that the work he puts in through helps him be fully fit for the game of Man City. The remaining 10 games are like finales for Arsenal. Tomiyasu, another one who really never represented for his country because he told them that, please, I need to do that in full. I left Arsenal when they needed me most. From injury, I only played 45 minutes against Fulham, and I came and joined you. And on my return, I was injured after we were knocked out of the Asian Cup. So no reason for me to come out and really be at the national team right now. I think the players available can get the job done and dusted, and he stayed. And he had every reason to stay because Jakub Kivior is going to obviously conquer that left back. He has gone ahead to conquer that left back position for the side of Arsenal, and no one can really get him out of that position. Jurrien Timber, the man that everyone is eagerly waiting to bluster that left back position or right back position, and he's going to be very important when Arsenal is playing in the Champions League because of the experience he has and the class he brings into the game. The way he inverts in the midfield, his final pass, his progressive passes, his defending attributes, he is really one of those players that Arsenal fans are really excited for his return here onto our channel known as the Rokani Media Football. That is Jurrien Timber for you. Then we go to Reece Nelson in training, obviously training, but he's one of those players I've gone ahead to really see a list that leaked on social media and different outlets that Arsenal are really thinking to move on, and Brighton has gone ahead to take center stage to sign Reece Nelson. In this, I think Arsenal are the huge winners because last summer they would have gone ahead to lose him on a free. He comes in through to do the needful for the side of Arsenal. Then we go to Jurrien Timber, obviously pointing to the direction where he believes everything should be going, and he's a lad charged up for the action at the side of Arsenal. And Jurrien Timber looks like he's really all smiles and is just weeks away to get into the squad of Arsenal, as most of us thought that he's going to be part of the match squad as Arsenal plays against FC Porto. The manager felt like, and the physio team, it's not the right time to get him into those games, and he decided to do the needful and keep at Arsenal. But I think the reason as to why they never wanted him to really play in the game of FC Porto, it was like would have gone ahead to be really given a go to go into the friendlies of the Netherlands national team. Yet Arteta feels like he needs more weeks to obviously become more firm, and the rest will be history. Then that is Jurrien Timber juggling the ball, very much focused onto his delivery, and he's really charged for the side of Arsenal, and he wants to do all what is necessary to see to it that he gets back into action very, very soon. Emile Smith-Rowe, another player struggling at Arsenal to get into the starting 11 or even get minutes, and Mikel Arteta looks like he's ready to get him going. And I told you, Timber return is great, Tomiyasu return is great, and Gabriel Jesus' return is great. But if there is a player that Arsenal should pray to see to it that he gets back in his perfect picture and form, it's Emile Smith-Rowe, because he has all the attributes of a player that can really kill off games. You know, in moments like those of Brentford, FC Porto, he's a man who can come on and produce a moment of magic. So I just can't wait to see him really getting charged. Tomiyasu, we all know he's here training with Arsenal, ready for the big 10 games that are really remaining, and that will be the happiest side of Arsenal, because last season I was really perturbed with the thoughts Arsenal had injuries. This time round, Arsenal has gone ahead to get blessed by the Lord that no player is injured. Every player at Arsenal is fit, apart from Gabriel Magalhaes went ahead obviously get himself injured. and he pulled out. But they say it's a precautionary. It was done precautionary. Wait and see how that is really gonna pan out. For the guy himself, that is Tomiyasu. He comes in through when Ben White is gonna hit to play a lot of minutes, and he might really need a rest sometimes and some games. And on the left back side, where Jakub Kivior is gonna hit, obviously prove to Mikel Arteta that I can do more and more and more and more. Then we go to Gabriel Jesus in action, trying to obviously showcase off his skills, and he's a man geared up for the occasion, and he's really recovering to the fullest, and he's putting in the energy. Res Nelson also training hard to see to it that he might really be important, as he was for Arsenal last season when he served with him in the game of Bournemouth. He scored the winner, responsible for the assist for the second goal that Benjamin White went ahead to score. Benjamin White juggling that ball. You see that knee tied around. You see that bandage tied around the knee. The man has been playing with an injury, but it looks like it's not all that serious. But I think he might get treatment after the season comes to an end. Then El Nini, part of the training session of Arsenal, conducted at the Sobha Reality Training Center, as he doesn't want to mind anything concerning Egypt. I have to make some research. Has he pulled out of the Egyptian national team? That is the big question. Jesus all smiles. That's the mod. You'll obviously want to see him throughout his career, because when he's smiling, you know that his opponents are really gonna face it rough. Then Jesus trying to take on Takahiro Tomiyasu during the training session to see how these two can really do. Jesus, is he good, or is he back to the levels of being very much silky and smooth? And is Tomiyasu back to his levels of being really hard, and very, very hard to go past? That is it. Then this is it. Showed Robley training with Jesus and just trying to press him in the training sessions conducted at that stadium of Arsenal. Emil Smith-Rowe training on Jurrien Timber as Res Nelson presses him behind, and it looks like Jurrien Timber is back in action. Look at him, very much good back in action, doing the needful. And if at all he gets back on the ball, getting back into those tackles, it's written all over the wall. The guy is doing wonders and wonders when it comes to really training and really getting back to where he deserves to be as a player. That is Smith-Rowe for you and Jurrien Timber. One of the best pictures we'll ever want to see today as Arsenal takes on their training sessions to gear up for the side of Man City. Then Cedric Soares trying to take on Edin Ketia in the mix, and that was also something to watch in there during the training session. Then Cedric Soares, this is Drew Shoot, but I think Cedric Soares taking him on, and Cedric Soares is one of those players that is going to leave the side of Arsenal on a free. I've just gone ahead to see Fabrizio Romano putting up that story, and I'm planning to obviously come up with a couple of stories in the coming hours. So that is Cedric Soares for you. Then Benjamin White and very many other players doing the warm-up sessions at the club of Arsenal, and that was really the energy they went ahead to put in. Let me read to you what the website of Arsenal attached as a message to these beautiful images in their gallery at the Sobha training ground. He said, while 13 Gunners are going away on international duty this week, the rest of the men's first team remain hard at work at Sobha Reality Training Center. Club photographer Stuart McFellan headed over to capture Monday's training sessions with the focus on the players who will continue to put the hard yards in at the London Conley ahead of our trip to Manchester City at the end of March. So, looks like the entire training facility is known as Sobha Reality Training Center, but Arsenal trains at what we call the London Conley. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I'm calling upon for your reactions into the comment section below. The players returning and how charged they are for this beautiful encounter for Arsenal versus Man City. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak. Rokani David has been my name. I've gone here to give you a shift that you guys deserve. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. That's the Christians. And don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit that magic number in a nick of time. I'm out.